Hi folks, Chris Voss here from the chrisvossshow.com, the chrisvossshow.com. Great blog post I want to share with you, of course, for you the latest in social media and technology. This is a two-phone versus comparison. One is the Nokia Lumia 920, the older brother of the Nokia Lumia 810. We're going to compare the two phones here. Both are excellent phones and have kind of personalities in their own right that make their dimensions very cool and very different. In fact, you can decide which one works best for you. We're looking at the AT&T model, the Nokia 920, and this is, of course, you can go to AT&T.com and find them, thanks to those folks over there. And we have the T-Mobile.com phone at T-Mobile. That's T-Mobile.com. You can go see all the phones over there at T-Mobile. Be sure to see all of our reviews that we do, as we have all the major phone companies sending us videos and phones to video, I should say. And give our video a like if you would, please, and subscribe to the chrisvossshow.com. In taking a look at both these phones, size-wise, they're about the same size. The Nokia 920 is a little bit taller, a little bit wider. Thickness, they're about the same. Weight difference, though, is much lighter on the 810. So if you're looking for a phone that's as powerful and cool as the 920, but maybe you don't want to pay for it, or maybe you don't like the weight of the 920, as some people do, you can go with the 810, and you can still get a great phone. They both have 8-megapixel cameras. But let's talk about the differences between the devices, and you can pick and choose on your own. The weight on the Nokia Lumia 920 is 6.53 ounces. Comparably, on the 810, you're looking at 5.11 ounces, so it's a little bit less there. The dimensions on the 920 are 5.2 in height, 2.79 in width, and 0.42 in thickness. Comparatively, the 5.03 height for the 810, a width of 2.69, and depth of 0.42 inches. On the battery for the 920, you're looking at a 2,000 milliamp hour battery. For the 810, you're looking at 1,800 milliamp battery. The display on the 920 is a resolution 768 by 1280 pixels, 4.5-inch diagonal screen, 16.7 million colors. With the 810, you are looking at a screen size of 480 by 800 pixels, so a little bit less than pixels, a little bit less in size too. You're looking at a 4.3-inch screen. They both have, of course, Windows 8 on them. The 920's got the 1.5 gigahertz Snapdragon Qualcomm S4 dual-core processor, and the same processor is actually in the 810, which makes it a great value. On the devices, on the 920, you're looking at 32 gigabytes of internal storage, 1 gigabyte of RAM. The memory is not expandable, but with the 810, you actually get 8 gigabytes of internal flash memory, which is much lower, 1 gigabyte of RAM, but you can expand up to 64 gigabytes with a micro SD card on the 810. Now, they both, of course, have NFC chip technology on them. They both have 8-megapixel cameras out the back. And on the front of the 920, you're looking at a 1.2 front-facing camera, as also you are on the front-facing camera for the 810, and you've of course got the Carl Zeiss optics on both of them, Nokia lenses. They pretty much seem to have the same camera on them, and your HD camcorder, of course, 920 out the back. So what's interesting about both these phones is they seem to have a lot of the same internal guts, the same processors, same cameras, pretty much the same operations. When we look at speed, I don't seem to notice any real difference. There we go. We'll just break our phones, huh? I don't notice any real difference in the speed of the phones, and therefore both are great value, of course. But the 810, of course, being a step down, it's actually a great phone. In your top part here, you've got your front-facing camera. For the 810, your speaker over here, front-facing camera in a different place for the 920. You've got your capacitive touchscreen buttons for your back, home or start, and your search. And of course, you have the live tiles, the ability to adjust everything, and all that good stuff. Don't seem to notice any difference between the two as they process and operate. They seem to do a great job either way. Now, across the top of both devices, you've got, of course, your SIM card entry point here on the 920. You've got your headphone jack in the middle and a little microphone hole there. We've got a microphone here on the 810 and a your earphone jack, I should say. On the left-hand side, you can see how these kind of come together and how they compare. You've got, of course, your volume rocker buttons, your power buttons, and your shutter buttons for making pictures. On the bottom, you've got the pretty much about the same thing. You've got a grill for your speakers. You've got your micro USB plug-in to take and plug in the device. Now, there's screws on the bottom of the Nokia 920 because it's sealed. On the 810, the back comes off, so you can put in the micro SD card and also the SIM card. Down the left-hand side of both devices, there is nothing. Now, the Nokia has a curved back, if you will, and you can see that the 810 is very squared off. It does feel more comfortable in the hand, and then the Nokia 920 has this beautiful raised screen where the 810 is just kind of a flat screen, a bliss sort of thing going on. But it just really depends on what you want. With the Nokia 810, you're running with a little bit less in width, so it fits more comfortable in the hand. You can definitely feel the difference in the weight between the two when it really comes down to it. So on the back, you've got the Carl Zeiss optics, you've got the dual flare flash and lamp, as near as we can tell, the cameras operate pretty much the same. Much of the same sort of size and feel on both these, although the screen size, of course, is much bigger on the Nokia Lumia 920. So both are very impressive, and being a brother and sister phone, they or brother and older brother phone, however you want to look at it, they definitely have some strengths in and of each other that can make a difference for you. So all in all, we like both phones. Both phones are excellent phones and definitely in different price ranges. And one phone, of course, is very different than the other phone, and you can decide which one works best for you. And of course, it depends on the carrier you choose or subscribe to or want to subscribe to. So you can go to amzn.to and see the Lumia Nokia 920, and you can also go to t-mobile.com, that's t-mobile.com, and take a look at the Lumia Nokia 810, decide which one works best for you. And of course, be sure to check in the chrisvossshow.com often to see all our wonderful reviews, as all the major phone companies send us phones, and we get to check them out, play with them, and let you know which ones we like best. And this really is the flavor of, the phones are similar in guts, and what's inside of them, it's really just the outsides and how it feels, weighs to you, and those sort of things, and what sort of carrier you want to take and use. Be sure to check back off in the Chris Voss Show, Chris Voss tested, Chris Voss approved. Tell them Chris Voss sent you. Thanks for coming by.